They must have just put this thing together.
No, nobody's driven that. I guess.
No. Every bolt that I've taken apart so far has been like finger tight. So that means I gotta tear this whole thing apart when I get home and rebuild it.
Welcome to Africa. Come along for the ride as 6 brave Canadians battle the elements and the unknown as they set out for one purpose: to road trip 3 different African countries in 3 different generations of Land Rover Defenders. Landys are going to do their very best to leave these men stranded in a foreign country. But first, a short 12-hour layover in London, England. And to get around, of course, they rented a...
Definitely a Defender. They tried to trick us at the front desk there. Tried to give us a G-Wagon, tried to give us a Range Rover.
We turned down a G-Wagon for this. So we're all on the same page.
Now they realize that all Canadians are nuts because
they knew they had to because I was wearing this, so they couldn't let us down.
Like the only thing that you can tell is Defender's got the little light up here.
That's the way I knew what it was.
This is very it's very disappointing. Alright, so I need to go that way. So you like this, and then you stay on here, and then it's polite to actually signal when you leave the roundabout. No, nobody does it here either. No one does it. We're in London.
England. Outside of London.
Outside of London?
You're the best at getting souvenirs.
I'm not really that impressed by it. I see an intercooler.
Bonnet's up to standard. They must be born in Britain to buy a Land Rover.
So honestly, I don't even know whether it's a gas or a diesel. We came, it's closed. It's unfortunate, but we're here anyway. We were like a half hour away, we had to stop by.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to, he won't know that we're here unless he watches this video.
He's supposed to be here.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to talk to him again then.
Okay.
Just call him.
Yeah, we'll give him a call.
We only took 1,000 gallons to do that, but we're moving now.
We are away. You gotta get the holster.
I can't see you. You got to tell me right or left hand down.
We're gonna be here a while.
All right. Good thinking, Aaron, for bringing all these stickers along so we can tag places. So we're not the first one to do it, but we're gonna be the first one in this spot right here, it looks like. Wow. They're not gonna be able to scrape that sticker off or nothing. That is a high quality sticker. I give one of those poses.
Okay, so this is a fun first day. Brad got to drive the Defender too. It's scary getting used to the roads, especially when you're tired. What do you think of it?
I'm kind of over green Defenders, but nothing that special on it. And yeah.
Well, I got some bad news for him. Here we go.
After a long 11-hour flight, Ian, who arrived in Cape Town a day earlier, was there to pick the guys up. The first Defender was purchased nearly a year ago. It was a long-distance Facebook Marketplace find that we had to put our trust in the seller to be honest about the condition. This Landy would be waiting for us, a 3-hour drive north of Cape Town. The idea of buying a 25-year-old vehicle without seeing it in person to take on 6,000 kilometers of adventuring with seemed like a risky idea. So we did what we knew we had to do and buy 3 more.
I hope it was a short person. No.
You get the rack extenders or something?
We need the rack extenders, yeah. But like this is fine.
Yeah.
It's the new door panels too. I think so. These are these. Yeah, I can see what the pillar is. It's got like lean forward. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. The rack extenders would make the trip a lot nicer. The interior in this, holy cow, that is top notch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Those are nice seats.
yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty fancy. Oh, I could fall asleep in this right now.
So apparently this thing's just been completely redone. And they did a really nice job. The paint job looks amazing. The full interior, door panels, roof rag lighting. This thing is clean. Tiny leak here. Like the hoses all look really good. This floor is nice and clean. And then what's going on here? That's supposed to be like that? It's nothing.
It's got like two little holes that come back this way.
I think it just...
it's your coffee warmer.
Is that... No, it's a cup holder for when you're working on it.
I believe. Oh, you know what that might be? Actually, that might be the intake for when you're not using the snorkel.
Oh!
Because I got the snorkel in one. Yours has a snorkel too. No, you don't have a snorkel.
No?
I don't think so.
Oh, she's gotta have a snorkel.
Yeah.
So, that is odd. I don't know what that is, because that will just fill the engine bay with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's water coming in and it wants to, like...
Cooling system?
I don't know.
We've been out of here and he's already telling us that there's a fire lighter that we can use when we're pissed off with the car. This one will be the bonfire. Keep the rest of us warm. And of course, we have our whittle ladder. You have to have. It's not quite a little Lego ladder, but you know, it'll do. And then Pelican cases that come with it. It's not bad.
Anything in them, or they're empty?
One of them has dustpans and brushes, the other one's just empty. So, you know, we can keep them clean. And a fridge that came with it. So this is, yeah. I mean, this all came from the guy who owned it beforehand. So, I don't know.
So the tank goes in the back quarter panel.
Yeah.
Behind the tank.
Yeah. Did you have the faucet?
Yeah. Okay. And how much does it hold?
20 liters.
20 liters, so not much. And then the extended fuel tank.
This one, that one's also got it.
Okay.
So this is the extra tank here.
Okay.
So that's extra 40. Okay, and then it looks like he's put another one in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's all gravity fed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you one central filling from there, it fills everything, but you got the extra tank there. Okay, all right.
There could be a switch here to pump from here to there. This could be the switch
I
here.
think so, because that's a lot lower than that.
Yeah.
So it'll fill on its own,
So
it
this
won't
one-
empty.
No, you need to pump it over.
If you are looking to buy a Land Rover abroad, you might be inclined to find a reputable specialist that offers a wide range of vehicles in stock and has a quality service center for that added peace of mind.
Just pop the coolant cap and make sure it didn't pressurize again. We're good. I'm still under pressure though. Should probably be fine.
We'll make it to Mega World.
All right, I think that's it.
For all that gets said about Land Rover Defenders, for all that gets said about them, they just look so cool.
Ever. This is so cool. Yeah. Oh, I was already belching out black smoke. We're done. We made it 200 feet.
As cool as they look, only one of our trucks is ready for camping. So we set out to fix that.
So we bought these trucks sight unseen and found lots of surprises, and they're all good. That one's completely outfitted, doesn't need anything. But we need to set up the tent and see how bad the tent is. Ours already has extended fuel tanks and water tank and compressor on it, which is really good. And then our 99 has a compressor, a converter, and it needs a tent and an awning. So we have to spend a lot less than we thought. Ian's not going to completely kit this one out, but it's not bad. It's good to go because we have enough room in the other one. So we're going to 4x4 Mega World. We're going to see if we can haggle with them a little bit. Just pick up some tents, awnings, seat slider, rail extenders, so I can bring the seat back a bit more. We're going to check it out.
That's where we want to be.
So in the overlanding groups on Facebook, they said there's no possible way we could get our trucks outfitted. That takes at least 2 weeks. We will not buy our stuff. We will not have our trucks. Our trips are not long enough. This is our first day. We landed this morning. We picked up all the Land Rovers because the paperwork was done. We now have 2 tents, 2 awnings, fridge, tow rope, fire extinguisher and compressor, everything, all before closing end of the day. 4 hours. We haven't eaten yet. I'm kind of hungry. If we take the back seats out, this is a whole other sleeping spot for like Andy or any, like right now it's Andy's size. If we fill in the front, that's my size too yet.
Alright, so we're going through the back of the truck. And we got a free taser.
Take that on.
Green truck. He's just chilling in the back.
Also, a unicorn umbrella.
Ooh, that's a gun.
Yeah, you can really defend yourself. It's like one of those Roman shields.
That's a 007 gun.
Yeah, it's a rocket launcher.
So we want to unfold the tent to take a good look at the tent, but it has a combination lock on it. Everything on this thing has a lock. This has a lock, Jack has a lock, this has a lock, like the drawer has a lock. Like they really don't trust anybody.
No.
But we...
This is half of them.
Does any of it have a number on it?
Jack, rear windows.
Oh yeah, we got an actual jack. So yeah, you stick that in there and then
Spin around.
it's like,
I saw the foot in here somewhere.
okay. Okay. Oh, that's nice for the jack-all jack. Yeah. So you got all the accessories.
Brakes are.
Yeah, so I know what it is. I just gotta take the wheels off and take a look at it.
Someone tried to get in the vehicle and it drained all the power by honking the horn 4 times.
Hey, there's a master switch.
You can try it now. Aaron, did you kick the master switch?
You kicked the master switch, which is this. So now it should be dead.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go. All right.
Rich saves the day!
8 seconds.
All right, let's see.
That door doesn't open. There we go.
Okay, so it's the kill switch on the floor. That's what you can't hit. It's a stupid spot for it, I gotta admit.
It's a stupid spot. Yeah, like,
Damn it, Wesley. Howdy, fellas. How's it going? Well, let me put it in the...
It's a beautiful drive.
yeah.
Down the countryside. Hello, puppy.
Oh no. Now we can grab it.
We're at Duncan's place, recommended by a couple different Facebook groups to help us export the vehicles from South Africa to Halifax. So he's on the way for us to go to Namibia, so we thought we'd stop by and shake his hand, introduce him, and meet his ostrich.
Be careful, you want your glasses. Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy the ostrich. Hey buddy, how are you? You miss me? Hey, you miss me?
Watch when he lifts it up. You can see it.
You're wearing a sweater. I don't know, I'm wearing a sweater. If there's something we learned from our California trip is that it's good to have a reliable vehicle, and hopefully this one doesn't puke the transmission like our 95 did. So we're in a foreign country without proper part supplies and that, so we need something to get us home. So we bought this absolutely gorgeous truck. It was sold on consignment by Last Auto, but they did an awesome job. So we did buy it sight unseen, but we saw a whole bunch of pictures of it. They went underneath. It's got a beautiful interior on it, and it was very well put together as far as we can tell. Looks really nice and clean underneath. It sounds good. This is the TD5, so this is a 2004. It does have 320,000 kilometers on it, so it's getting up there, which is about 180,000 miles, so it's definitely not new, but it's been completely redone. I don't think it's been overlanding, but it does have the extended fuel tank and the water tank in it already, so that was a couple things that we didn't have to buy. We're here at Duncan's farm. We have full access to his entire tool box and workshop, which is fantastic. Most of the sockets are on the ground. The wrenches are scattered throughout the yard here, and it feels like home. We are going to take the top rail off on the roof rack so we can open our tent and unbox it and make sure that that's all bolted on properly. The sun's shining. It is gorgeous in Africa. The people are amazing. This is why we came here. This atmosphere right here, I already love it. Here we go. Two guys, Andy, Ian. You got it? Never mind. We're good. Yep, got it. Yeah, they're in there.
You're holding that knife very threatening.
Well, yeah, because I gotta open my tent with the gun.
That's not a knife.
That definitely looks like the bottom. That's a heavy deal. It's a big ass tent, so it comes out. This is not what we bought.
This is the small one.
This is a small one?
Yeah, this is a single.
No, this is not what we bought.
All right, so I guess we start at 0, 0, 0 and then go up from there. If anyone knows the combination, that'd be nice. Hey,
Yeah, I got the combination.
Where?
Here.
Oh, nice. Oh, there it is.
Done.
Ah, thanks.
Yep.
I bet you this is the single one.
I definitely paid for the double.
Yeah. Okay, and then your ladder clips into this one, but this one's only a single.
No, this is a double.
Yeah?
These are definitely doubles.
Huh?
They're the tight doubles.
There's no way that folds out 4 times. Yeah.
All right, gonna go. No, it's actually really comfy.
Yeah.
In terms of like the mattress top.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be sleeping on cardboard.
Yeah, I think you're a little bit unlevel. We can level it up a little bit for you. It smells like any tent you would open up again in the spring after last year. I think just the Boss Garage air freshener and he's fine. Yeah, this is the one that I wanted.
What, this green
Well, like this, kind of. And a two-person, just new, so it doesn't stink.
This thing had all the good stuff in it.
Yeah.
Whoever the random German was who just dropped this off at Atlas and was like, your problem now. I'm pretty happy about that.
I saw the pictures of it, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure the guy just drove in, gave him the keys, they sell it for me, walked to the airport. He goes, that's exactly what happened.
All they had to do was get some blood stains out, don't ask any questions.
Yeah, so
I think he just rolled in with it like still in gear, just kind of like got out of the car. He's like, all right, I'm in. Let's go.
brakes don't work. These are really nice seats, but they hit this lip at the back here, and I would like this extra 2 inches of legroom actually. So what we're gonna do, we could either shim this up, but then legs are closer to the steering wheel, or we could notch this bracket. So I'm just gonna take this bracket off. We're gonna notch it on both sides, on both seats, and then both these seats should be able to go back 2 more inches. So we got a grinder here. I think that's the last of the power tools that we need. So easy peasy fix. We were gonna get the seat slider extensions, but they didn't have any in stock. So here we are, grinding the brand new seats. This is a really nice truck, but I am kind of jealous of Ian with his truck, because every like 10 minutes he finds something else cool with his truck.
Well, all of my gauge just ping all over the place.
So that's just a bad connection, and it's a central one on the back of your gauge cluster. Like, that's not a big deal. If it does it all the time, and it's all of them, it should be easy to find.
All right, the translator. Clickety clack.
Nothing from the wind?
I got, let me.
There it is. Nothing there. Nothing there. Look at that's our guy right there. It's not connected to anything.
Oh, just
Okay. There it is, 12.4. So it has power, but this guy is pooched.
So this chunk right here is just hitting the rail. This side has a notch allowed for it already. So yeah, interesting. Found out where the computers are and some relays and like a loose computer that'll probably rattle while we're driving. We got some nice taped connection here, typical Landy stuff. We've got bolt, saying that the bolt is tight, but got some janky grounds here because I don't think our front lights work. All the fuses are good. Hey, that sounds good.
It's good field testing, but it don't work.
No?
The connector's corroded on it.
Oh.
So we might be able to jerry rig something and just have live wires we smack together.
Oh yeah, but if you just butt connect them together, it should work, right?
That's it right
Like
there.
the wind doesn't sound great, but as long as it's not burnt out, like the motor itself isn't burnt out, like we can fix this. Pull that connector out and butt connect it together. No, the seat should go that much farther back.
So the controller inside the housing, it's the spade terminals are rotted off, so we can't use the controller. But we did test it. If we put 2 wires together, we can get it to pull itself in. So emergency situation, we're covered. It's inconveniently convenient.
Unless it's underwater.
Let's think of every scenario where it'll really screw us over.
Here comes a lion! Push those wires together faster. Okay.
Hey, we got another battery. Or that is the main battery.
I think that's the main battery.
That's much better. Now it's like my arm is in the pillar. The Defenders are stupid because the gauges are off center, and so is the steering wheel, and then this pillar's here, so we can take the grinder and just make a notch right here for my elbow. We have the capability.
So it's got a built-in air compressor, and the guy just jammed it underneath the little air vent, which is a pretty good spot for it.
There is some wires down here that are not connected to anything. Want to flick some switches?
Sure.
Nope.
Okay, so this is a 3-way switch. This toggle is for the compressor. But flipping it down does nothing. It's just up.
We got power to it.
Okay.
But look how melted this is.
Actually got hot. So if you hotwire it, will the compressor work in the first place?
Haven't tried.
Right, you got full power, but when we plug it in, it did pump, but it shut off right away, which makes me think that the compressor
Fritzed inside.
is fritzed inside. So it draws so much when it's told to go on that it just won't, there's nothing left.
It seems like this one's cooked. We tried to hotwire, just check all the connections, make sure they weren't like corroded, but it was not coming back. And then we connected, what was it, the battery charger to it, just to see if we could force it to work. It ran for apparently 4 seconds and then it cut out. So we're gonna take it, uninstall it later, pull it out, and see if we can just like take it apart, see if we can get it to work. But I don't know, we'll do that in the middle of the desert.
That's what these are for, Ian. You're supposed to be able to stand right on there.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, your hood flexes quite a bit.
I'm light. Oh wait, hold on. I just want to pull this up just for 1 sec.
Huh. Odd. And they're not greasable tie rods in the front.
You didn't?
They aren't.
They aren't taking, or they aren't greasable?
Aren't greasable.
Oh, okay, so somebody's replaced them.
Yeah.
All right, so unfortunately, the packages, we ended up getting the wrong package. So we got what we thought was a double tent for 2 guys to sleep in, far enough away because it was supposed to be like that wide and fold over. It opened up the wrong way. It was only a 1 person. The guys at 4x4 Mega World were super helpful. We called them up. They said we apologize, and they are 40 minutes south, but they are bringing the proper tent here. We were going to go camping 3 hours north of here yet, but we're continue to work on the truck. It's about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And Duncan was nice enough to let us just camp out in the back 40. So we're waiting for our tent. We'll throw that on. We're gonna go sleep in the back of his property way back. But in the meantime, Andy was greasing the black one and he found one of the bolts was loose on the 4-wheel drive shaft. Was the 4-wheel or is that the rear one?
That's the rear drive
That's
shaft.
the rear drive shaft. Yeah. So that would have been huge issues.
Yeah, we might have only had front wheel drive if that snaps.
Yeah, it would vibrate like crazy. So I had a vibration at about 110, and then I'm like, I gotta back off. But that would slowly go down to about 80, and then you're like, it's getting really bad, and then you just hear like a big bang, and then things flop around, and that would leave you by the side of the road. But
it's a Landy thing.
It's a Landy thing. Man. Hopefully we can take the drum off with the drive shaft, take the bolts out, tighten them, put them back on. It'll be no problem.
If not, we just leave it, and it's a Landy thing.
Yeah, this one is a bit heavier than that one.
Let's find a couple.
Okay, so we found a coarse thread, which will be just fine. I'll probably have to grind just the lip off that nut, but we got it.
Nice.
So this, in Africa, is it's an imperial bolt, but it's a fine thread, buggers. So we got, unlike anywhere in North America, that's all metric. That's all metric. That's all metric. Yeah. So we got it. We're good. I don't have the right snap ring pliers. This is super sketchy. Got it. Excellent. Thank you very much. Nice work.
You make it smaller?
Yeah. Smaller to fit. I know I gotta guess that. It's not how snap ring pliers are supposed to be used, but that works. And you can turn the air compressor on again?
Yeah, give me a second.
Rich, do you want over the front or the back?
Okay. The bolt's in, and the one bolt that we could find is perfect. The other 3 threads aren't 100%, so it's definitely been apart a few times. We'll see if we can find some along the way, but this is guaranteed for at least 500 kilometers. We only have 4,000 to go. So we stepped on the ladder last night, and Brad didn't lose the 30 pounds I told him to lose. I bet the other one severely. We stepped on the ladder, and these cheap little aluminum things that slide them together folded like nothing. So we found square tubing at just beside the building there, and if I cut the edge off, I've got the right triangle. Now we can slide that in. I don't even need to rivet it. Got my nice pink hammer. I just gotta put one rivet in there and make sure that this slides inside the other one. We're all set. We're 10 times better than we were yesterday.
Sure?
Yeah. That's great that you're taking all that weight out. The mechanic there said of all the trucks, TD5 is going to be your best because it weighs the least.
Yeah.
He says the Puma and the TD5 is a whole bunch of weight on the front end. So constantly bearings, seals, tie rod ends, because doing all that extra work. He goes, the little TDI just floats over everything. And
The 300
It's because we
TDI.
got the.
Yeah.
It's because we got the bougie Puma.
I know.
It's got air conditioning. Should rip that out.
Power windows, get rid
Power
of that.
windows, get rid of that. Just rip the doors off of it. We're not gonna need them.
Finally, after a couple of days of outfitting, the trucks are looking awesome. The boys are heading for Vredendal, where my parents live, to pick up the remaining Land Rover. Time to see what these Land Rovers are really made of.
Let's take this off. That's the hose was hitting the pulley and it's wore through.
I know what Aaron's thinking. Finally, some content.
They put screws into the fan shroud, punctured the tank of the radiator. On this side, they put it in too, but it doesn't look like it hit a jacket.
Shit, no, right into it.
Yeah, yours didn't puncture a water jacket. This one did.
Oh.
I'm just gonna put it back in.
Yeah.
Without the cover.
I didn't notice it. They must have just put this thing together.
No, nobody's driven it.
No, I'm thinking the best thing for it is a screw in the hole to plug the hole, and then
bolt
tape
it in?
it, and then tape it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got water.
We have lots
We got
of water.
lots of water.
So for real, somebody actually screwed the cowling into the radiator?
Well, let's not pretend. Can we pull down on it?
Yeah, you can pull down. You're good to go.
Ori.
Still lots of water in there. Are you good?
Yeah.
So, we're gonna do. Andy, you got your towels?
Yep.
Just made this a bit smaller. Andy's got these towels. You add water and they expand. So we're gonna put that towel around here dry as a sealant. We're gonna put this in the hole that it wore through, and then we're gonna surgically, very cleanly duct tape it. So that's supposed to expand to like, is it
170 by 140.
so there's the hole. I'm just gonna try to force that in there, like that. And then we take the schnot out of it.
Yeah, we've got some pressure on it to stop it from coming out. Very cool.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll tape it, let's try and seal it. Of course it's right in the corner. Every bolt that I've taken apart so far has been like finger tight. So that means I gotta tear this whole thing apart when I get home and rebuild it. Drive shaft bolt was stripped, seats, like the nuts spinning on the back, so just let it loose. It's like one bolt was missing in the seats. Yeah. Like, come on, you put really nice seats in there, just spend the extra little bit and get it working.
Can I see the zip tie for a second, Rich? Tell me if you see this guy.
Yeah, so I can see it.
Okay, there's another one up here too. I can probably
there's another hole? A little tighter yet? Right there.
Yeah, it the zip tie I think doesn't actually clip on. What?
So we decided to just swap out the air filter. So this one's pretty dirty. As you can see, it's pretty bad. So
yeah. Yeah, fill it up again with the water bottles. Just put one water bottle in at a time. Drink them all. Yeah, alright, that's full. Now do we put the cap on? Crack it loose. Like that. And finger tape. Well, duct tape it on. Use my shirt to wash the windshield, and then after the windshield, the bottom of the hood, so we can make sure the hood is dry, so we can tell if it's leaking or spraying again.
I wouldn't have done it any other way.
I wouldn't have done it. No.
So we are in the cul-de-sac at Neil's parents' place, who has been storing the 99 Landy for us. This is the one that started it all, and this is the one that we bought exactly a year ago, almost just minus 3 weeks, 49 weeks ago. So this is the first time looking at it. You gonna do it?
I think we're gonna do it.
Gonna do it? There we go. It exists. It exists. It's a real thing. Nice. So we can take this off and put the tent out the back. So that's nice. The tires are complete shite. They're so bad. Well, I don't know. They're holding air. Actually, you know what? They're not.
They'll last the trip. I don't think we have to swap them. We're talking to Ian. We're already working up to him. Like, Ian, we might have to borrow your tires because
My alternator, and my seals, my hoses.
I need a hose from you. Yeah. Viscous gun fun time. So we've got seats.
I told him to throw the oil in there too.
Yeah, we do have the seats in the back. We got some oil. We got some coolant, I think.
That's one more oil.
We got another fire extinguisher, another jack. I got more lights. So, and rust-wise, I think the back door was the worst. I think this tarp is due.
Yeah, that's not bubbling.
That's good. Well, no, the floor is wet, so that's not good. Okay, I'll figure out how to do this right. Yeah, but this is the epitome of perfection. Okay, so it's a little darker because we got distracted by some lovely people who wanted to stop and say hello, but we just wanted to, I'm still on the dipstick between the two marks, so it's low, but we are safe to start it if it starts. We're told that it hasn't started for a very long time. How's this bulkhead look? Like, not bad, eh?
Is that patch there? No, just a little bit of silicone.
Oh, so it's leaking? That's not factory silicone?
No, I don't think so. Footwell, it's got a tiny bit of rust on the bottom. But those are cheap. Those are cheap to repair.
Okay, where's Landy's thing?
It's in my truck. I don't know how much juice it has, but...
Yeah, it is important. That was the last one. It's not even that bad. For 380,000 kilometers on it, I wasn't expecting that.
It should be through the roof.
Yeah,
It was really bad.
yeah.
The dip did look a little wet.
Yeah? Yeah, that's not the picture that I got. So. But yeah, that one. That one looks a little bit damp.
That's not terrible. I'm talking if it's like actually dripping.
Yeah.
Like
They both are, yeah.
on my series Land Rover, there was actually like a split underneath it.
Okay.
So that's. I mean, that's obviously not
But
ideal.
it's not on the rim, so that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all good. Yeah, we don't need an axle. It doesn't have working lights though, so let's go.
It does not have working lights?
I have to hold it, and it's probably high beam. So. If your lights are on, I don't think they're on at the back. Yeah, you got brake lights.
Is that the exhaust rattling?
Yeah, I think.
That's super sketchy. So he's holding the high beams on right now. And nothing else. He's just ghost riding it the rest of the way. It's like we're being followed by a Dodge Ram. Yeah, well, it's good that it's actually running and fired pretty quick, actually. Right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty impressive. And overall, it actually doesn't look that bad. The firewall looks like there's one or two small little patches on it, but and then the footwell that also has starting to like rot through. But those are so cheap and so easy to replace. Just pop those out.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at Dion's farm. A friend of Neil's, he runs a campground where lots of overlanders camp. They've got a whole bunch of campsites out back, fire pits ready to go, and he offered us this covered porch so that we could work on this and kind of look over it. It gets dark early because it's winter. It gets dark at 6 o'clock, so we're gonna grab some supper and then we'll wrench on this for a couple hours. The front drive shaft dropped out of this, so we just want to make sure that everything's okay. It doesn't sound bad, like anything bad is happening back there, but we'll throw the front drive shaft back on it again. We'll change all the fluids, we'll go over it. The exhaust is banging, we'll check that out, and then I think I want to get into this cabinet. Everything in Africa's got locks on it. If you want a job in Africa, locksmith, I guarantee you got work forever. This one opens. Check that out. We got our own little kitchen here. It's a very high selling point.
Can't really see.
Oh. Okay, well,
there is a kitchen in there.
There is a kitchen in there. These are all one piece, but we can put the tent over the back. But it's wooden. Oh, they're not going anywhere. We can drill through that.
What are we making, Andy?
I'm gonna make some chicken. Don't know how I'm making it yet. I know it's in a pan so far, and I'm gonna put some spices in it. So, might not be my best work, but it'll be one of my most creative suppers that I've ever made. Looking forward to it.
Good idea. Where the fuses are in this thing?
They should be under the. I thought they were under the front.
Passenger seat. They're not.
I thought they were under the front driver's seat.
No driver's seat. I
There's
thought.
only 4. That's why he brought Ian, because he worked at Three Brothers and he knows these things in and out.
He knows every Land Rover.
After he Googles the
After
answer.
I Google, I know exactly where it is.
Luckily, we have Wi-Fi at this campsite. Neil's been driving this for a while. He's put about 5,000 kilometers on it, but he did drop the drive shaft, which is the most worrisome thing. It drove okay, it seemed fine, but this one is definitely the most used out of all of them, and this one's been around the block. Oh, that relay laying down might do it.
That one fell out. Oh. Oh, it might just be from here.
Yeah, but that relay, or they just spare relays for us.
I don't know.
So we have no lights. The tires are pretty sketch. We have to check all the axles and transmission fluid.
What are you missing right now?
Headlights. That one, that one, that one, that one. Left,
So high,
left, right, left, right.
high beam. So 11 and 12.
I have high beam, but not on the switch.
Yeah.
Like,
I just want to make sure that.
but when I put my lights on, not even the taillights come on.
Did the horn work?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good.
Wipers work sort of.
We got nuts and bolts for that, Rich, to bolt it to the yoke.
The broken pieces should still be there, no?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, come on.
We got bolts on the rear yoke, no bolts on the front yoke, and the drive shaft is gone.
Does it even have power though? I think none of these have power.
Oh, because the bolts got left in, and it's been spinning
The
around.
bolts got left in?
Fucked on the ends.
Because getting this nut off is going to be super difficult too. Then we got an oil leak up there.
It's coming off of the bottom of a. I don't know what it's the bottom of. You can see it dripping.
Yeah.
Or where it dripped.
I think Neil said he sent that to a shop to get fixed. They said they fixed it, but yeah, it's obviously still leaking.
This is kind of. I think it's more leaking from here, Rich.
Oh yeah? What's that hose?
I don't know. She's pretty black though.
Yeah, that looks pretty wet.
Does this have the EGR on it?
No.
I don't know what this is. It's
Okay.
from here. So it's just this is saturated.
You think it's just running down there?
Look at that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Like that is just blow by. We can take the hose off and see what happens. No. Oh, sorry.
The jacket is saturated. It doesn't look like the inside.
No, the inside doesn't look bad.
But
What kind of viscosity oil are they running? Is that
Tastes like.
yeah?
It tastes like 2050. No,
Maybe that's the problem. I don't think that's the problem. But you're saying that there's a hole in the hose.
There's a hole in the hose, yeah.
Oh. So.
And I think we're on the wrong side of the check valve. That one it's under boost. No, we're on the right side of the check valve.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is coming from the crankcase to here, and then from here it goes to the air intake.
Okay. That's not connected to the engine? It doesn't go to the engine, it's
No,
just a holder for it?
This goes over whoop, to the air intake hose.
Okay.
Just before the turbo.
This hose off for a sec.
Okay.
And pull this valve off the side of the engine and see if we can blow through it. If that's completely clogged, then maybe it's trying to go through and then it's pushing the oil out, because it should just pump it into the intake. So this thing is mechanically it's in terrible shape. Rust wise it's not bad.
And electrically it's pretty janky.
And electrically it's terrible.
Okay,
so where do those fuses come from?
These bottom three here?
Yeah, but where do these ones get their power from? Those red ones. So there's some heavy wires going there. We gotta find those heavy wires. They go through the bulkhead and they're heavy red wires. What are those fuses for, Ian?
These ones I have no idea. Those, it looks like those go to...
Because there's something...
I think one of those goes to the alternator.
Okay. There's something here too. Here's a big giant ass fuse.
Probably be this part of the harness that has the new tape on it.
Right.
And that comes over this way.
Yeah? Is that 60 amp fuse there?
This one that's in line?
Yeah. Where's that one doing?
So what is this?
I don't know what the proper name is for it. I thought it was a check valve. It might not even be a check valve. It might just be a way to grab multiple sources and bring it to one. But there's an O-ring in there that is pretty worn out, and they tried to replace it with just putting some RTV silicone around it. But it's not bonding anything.
So that was the leak. It was running right down there.
Yeah, and running down the body and then saturating the hose.
Ah, that would do it.
Yeah. Your shirts took some damage today. Yeah. No point in stopping now.
Nope.
Yeah. Somebody tried to RTV it, but there's no flange for it to even stick to. There's only like half a flange.
Oh, yeah. It just needs an O-ring.
It just needs an O-ring.
I'll just bring the 2001 over, and then if that is in fact the issue...
Yeah, it doesn't take long to swap it, right?
Yeah, we'll just swap it over. Look at that, another part taken off my truck. Actually, we haven't actually removed anything. No, we just said a lot. Yeah. Okay, well, let's start that. Let's change it.
We convinced Ian to let us harvest his problem-free TD5 for all the best parts to swap into our 99 while he stored it at Dion's farm for the rest of the trip.
So, it's nighttime, obviously. I hop in to go bring it over, and Andy's just sleeping in the back already. So we got Andy here with us.
To here. That should put my lights on?
Yep.
Taillights too?
No taillights.
No.
But I think, oh, there we go. Oh, taillights.
We need a new switch. Just the switch is no good. Everything else is fine. So what we can do is take one from Ian if we find, so we'll buy somewhere along the way, we'll find another switch, we'll find another U-joint bolts, and we'll find more stuff. And then we'll put the new stuff on Ian's and we'll keep the used stuff on this one. So you get all new parts, Ian.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So I love this truck, and I'm not as much in love with it right now, but I want to fall in love with it again. So if we take all the pieces off of this one and put it on that one, I'll love it again. It just got the nice bush guard with the winch. Maybe we'll put the tires on it because
the bulkhead.
The bulkhead. My back right door is a little bit rusty, so we can pop that one on.
I'm going to be loading a shell onto my shipping container. It's just going to be an engine and a chassis.
Yeah, we got 3 brothers, so you got nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
That was quick, eh? Yeah. But they did a decent job rewiring those other fuse fuse holders in there. Yeah, it's everything seems like good connections and stuff.
So it wasn't like me wiring up my daytime running lights off the cigarette lighter?
No.
Never do that.
No. That was, hey man, it got past 8 feet, so he just needs the 1 volt, right? I think that's what he said.
The only other place that the drive shaft bolts could be is in this cabinet, the other cabinet. So this, super happy with, is the kitchen, and the kitchen's good. I like that. Yes. What's in here? A shovel. Nothing else.
Dion's farm has been in his family since the 1600s and is one of the best ran farms we've come across. With a dike style of irrigation that is very similar to what someone would find in Holland, soil health and water management play a critical role in the success of the farm. Sweet potatoes are Dion's #1 crop, with raisins, grapes a close second.
Dion, the owner out here of the farm, he gave us some of his #1 crop. I guess this is their #1 crop, which is sweet potatoes. So he was nice enough to bring a few of those over. So I'm gonna make some sweet potatoes.
John was also nice enough to open up his shop. We needed a 30mm socket, so we've got the drive shaft figured out, and he's got mechanics going over all his equipment because I got quite a few tractors and stuff, and they had an O-ring kit, so we got the evaporator oil leak figured out too. They weren't the right O-rings, so we just had to use 2 of them, one really small one and one just bigger, but I think it'll seal it just fine. So I think we got that oil leak figured out on the engine, and there's a big tractor supply in town, so we're gonna grab the last nuts and bolts that we need for our drive shaft, and we're in good shape. So we'll do some oil changes, and I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal today. We'll wait until the tents dry off. We can pack them up. We're getting better at packing that up. And then I think after today we have basically all of the preventative maintenance and the major things that we saw fixed, and then I think we can tinker with some lights and stuff that don't work. Interior lights aren't working, which is annoying, and we can do that at different campsites while Brad just wants to work. So as soon as we're done here, we're heading off to Neil, who is Aaron's buddy. You're a new Land Rover fan, even though before
I wouldn't
like,
go that far yet. we're not there yet.
He's the one that picked up the 99 in the first place, and then we'll start heading to Namibia. So,
good job.
Say it right? Yeah,
you did it.
Right, yeah.
Probably said it completely wrong, and I'm hey, you did it.
Okay, so Brad's got the Z-Vap all figured out. This hose was completely soaked, but what was happening is the O-ring that goes into the engine was leaking, and it was running all the way down. So this was super saturated, but the hose itself is still fine. So somebody gunked it up before with extra goop and the wrong size O-ring. I think we got it with the 2 size O-rings, so we could put their air filter back. I ordered an air filter, but it was the wrong one. But a good way to check the air filter is just a light on the inside, and I could see it. If you see it in the dark, if you can see your light, that's not bad. So it's fairly clean. So we can throw that back in again, and then start changing some fluids. All right, so here's your snorkel, right? And it goes into the air filter, but then unless this is not sealed, and this is your drain for your snorkel or your air filter, so it makes no difference. As soon as you're up to this level in water, you're sucking air. So I don't know if this was supposed to be like a 1-piece, and then this is supposed to be sealed better, but either way, water's getting in there. So we'll know that we shouldn't drive higher through water than this. It's kind of stupid. I have to hurry before Andy realizes his wash tub is missing. That's definitely black. No shavings on the drain plug, so that's good. It's always a plus. See if we got the right filter.
Alright, so while Brad and Ian are out in town grabbing the odds and ends pieces for mechanical repairs, I'm going to do a service while I wait for him. I always said I liked Rotella because you can buy it anywhere. And they even delivered this to Neil's house. So we are putting T6 Rotella in this little 300 TDI. Because honestly, I have no idea when the last time this oil was changed. Neil's put about 5,000 kilometers on it, so it's definitely due. If you live in South Africa and you say, well, I've never heard of Rotella, it's called Hilux here. So it was a little bit of work to get this Rotella here. It's all we run at home. Here we go. That was all the grease that came out the back of the gun. At least I won't have to bleed it. Okay, we've done everything on the service except for the fuel filter, but I want to start it first and before I change it, because sometimes it gets air in there and we're charging the battery, and I gotta put some oil in the transfer case. That for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. My wash basin. Have you seen it anywhere? I gotta do dishes.
No. So we have the 8090, and I grabbed lots because this goes in the axles and the transfer case and the transmission. I think pre-TD5, that's basically your go-to oil. I'm trying to figure out how to get the oil in there, and then Andy gives me this squirt bottle. It's amazing how everything just, here's some water. All right, drink the water, fill it up with 8090, and then use the squirt bottle to fill up the transfer case. Okay, so we've got a spare tire on the roof, which is flat, but we are swapping these tires for Ian's tires, only because I'm not 100% confident in these. I'd rather do it here in the shade than fixing a bunch of flats in the middle of nowhere. So we got this neat bottle jack with an attachment that goes into the bumper to lift the truck, but we can't go high enough. So I was gonna take Ian's nice spare along too, but we need a shitty spare on a crappy rim so that we can jack up in case we have a flat. We've got 3 spares because we're all going to be carrying 1 extra with us, and it's still not high enough all the way to the top, but if we air this up, it will be. We're right on the end, but for this one I'll just put the bottle jack under the axle and then take the tire off. So it's nice to, what we've been doing here is actually really important. Some stuff, like, we can't just go in the middle of nowhere, and we're not overlanders, we've never done this before, but to go to a campsite like this with a town close by, set up camp, understand what you're missing, what you're not. We needed another frying pan, we needed a little table, and certain tools, a 30mm socket for drive shafts. All stuff like that is super important to figure out what tools you need, what appliances you need, how everything works. Is everything working? We have 2 compressors on 2 trucks that both don't work, so we got another little plug-in compressor. All that stuff is super important, so I'm glad we're doing this. It's taking a bit longer than we thought, probably an extra day, but I'm happy we're doing this all the same. So I'm gonna swap these tires, get this truck looking pretty and a little more reliable. We got water taps, we got bleach going through the tanks so we can clean the tanks, then vinegar, then we can run some water through there. We've got all the water we need right here, nice clean drinking water. So we now understood how much water we go through, not even in the heat, but we went through an entire tote. And yes, we put some in the radiator, but then you don't want to be stuck. Are we putting it in the radiator, or are we going thirsty? Like or are we drinking? So all that stuff is super important to kind of figure out. And I'm glad we're doing it before we go. So hopefully we'll be somewhat prepared when we're actually in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's a good time to look at brakes. These look good. A little rusty on the end. That's probably what's squeaking on the black truck, but pads are good, so we're safe there. Yeah. Ian, we are classing up your ride. Oh, that looks so good.
Oh, man.
I probably wouldn't even like ask for my aluminum rims back.
Yeah,
Well,
these look so much better.
gotta
Blackout,
get them.
blackout is the way to go.
I think they fit better with your truck because you got the graphics, right?
We do, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Wow.
think it looks better in your truck. I think you should put them back.
Even put the yellow dot lined up with the valve stem. Now, that's a professional.
He cared that much.
There are people in town that don't do that.
He's trying to sell me on the fact the more he repeats it, the more he's like, oh yeah, that's going great.
That's what all the kids are doing these days.
I know.
They all black out the rims.
No, you grow up and you get nice, silver. This is what you do when you're 16.
What are you hoping for, Ian?
Not your black rims.
I bet it's.
Is there a
Oh, look at that.
all matching?
It's missing
all
some
matching.
lug nuts.
So we don't want to use this one. We'll use yours. We'll use mine.
Oh no, those are Bridgestones.
It's not matching
no,
tires.
whatever, who cares?
Not matching
Yeah,
tires,
who
but you're gonna match rim. Yeah, just wait until she's fully loaded. Yeah, you're good. The whole point of this trip is to motivate you guys because I was motivated. I was motivated, one, by Chip Foose and overhauling, working on vehicles in the first place, and two, Top Gear, which turned a automotive show into like a travel show. And you can combine both together. Now, they don't wrench on their stuff, but fixing vehicles up and having fun and breakdowns with a good bunch of buddies, really it should be a bucket list for any guy that's in automotive. So it doesn't mean you have to fly across the world to Africa, but do it in another state, in another country. Like do it in Mexico, do it in Canada, buy something, fix it up, drive, meet awesome people that you would never ever meet before, get a different culture, and now is the time to do it when you're healthy, and don't worry about the money, it'll work out somehow. So far it's been amazing and I hope the trip keeps going. So yeah. That's it. All right. I'm done. It's like 10:30 at night. The owner came back out and gave us his tools again because he locked the shop, but we got it. We're gonna lose the shop. We got this one kind of set up for oils. We got Andy put the entire kitchen in the other side and then the pull out. We've got this as a sleeping quarter and in the truck and then on the tent. And we're just bolting the roof rack back down again, put the tent back on it again, which you just have to bolt down with 4 bolts. We just have to drill through the wood, which is pretty easy. And then bolt it down, and then this one is set up. I'm cleaning up all the tools, putting the oil away. Hopefully we're hitting the Namibia border tomorrow. We got 6 hours of driving to do. What we didn't count for in winter in Africa is that it gets light at like 7 o'clock in the morning, it gets dark at 6. In Namibia, it gets dark at 5. Can't drive at night, it's dangerous. Animals are attracted to the light. People walking beside the highway, we're tired. We don't want to hit anybody. We don't want to hit any animals. So it's pretty much go, go, go. Set up camp at 5. Do what we need to do to the trucks, relax, have supper. But working at night is basically what we're gonna have to be doing. So there we go.
This thing is looking so good now.
Good. All right, Rich. Andy's not behind you anymore. No, we'll do all scrap now.
Got it. Okay. So does that ladder lock?
No, it just dangles. You just telescope it down.
Yeah. That's plenty.
I don't worry about getting eaten by a lion. You need to be up high. I don't think lions can get that high.
Now we're all safe.
Nice. All right, so it's Tuesday morning. No, we left Tuesday. We started Tuesday morning. It's now Saturday morning.
Well, we had a really good sleep. We slept really good, Aaron.
So we left Tuesday morning. It's our third night camping, but we're still in South Africa. And we are bright and early, ready to hit the road. Feel confident in the Defenders that we got some major repairs done, some good maintenance, and we are heading for the Namibia border. Still cold. I think it's gonna get warmer as we go.
Beautiful. Oh, it looks nice painted.
I like it, yeah.
My dad last night, the thing has been standing here for months. My dad's like, is this a new one? He didn't recognize it.
I never liked that roof rack. I'm like, why didn't I hate that roof rack. It looks like crap. Why do I hate it?
When you told me you were gonna put the tent on there, I was like, how are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Because it's so small.
Yeah. We made the mistake. We painted it first, and then we realized that it didn't fit, and then we had to cut it. So a little bit of paint wasted.
So last night, 11 o'clock, you were standing there with a grinder?
Yeah. So we just stuck a rivet in it this time, with a little bit of silicone, but we lost a little bit of coolant. It's time for a little bit more peak. I need a flat screwdriver to pry that latch over.
With a 3-hour drive to the Namibian border, we need all the daylight we can get to find a campsite after crossing. It's a good thing we spent all that time fixing the Land Rovers to make sure we don't have another breakdown.
I think just the air box popped off, and then the sensor, there's a before and after, and then it, like, I had no power, but my temperature spiked. But I don't.
Didn't you feel that hot?
No, I don't have any leaks.
As soon as you touched the air box, it went right to half. Your gauge.
The gauge? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bathroom break.
Good eyes.
I'm really liking
It
the
is,
white
man.
one.
It's riding really nice.
I love that. Like,
It just looks proper.
it looks proper.
Like, this thing looks like it belongs in a city. It's so out of its element.
It's too bougie.
It's way too bougie.
It's like stuttered.
Let's go right around it.
Yeah. I'm definitely in there.
I'm definitely in as well.
Okay.
You know what's nice about these zip ties? They're black, so they match the truck.
You can't even tell, really.
No.
Yeah, I think that's that fixed. I lose power, and then the gauge spikes right away.
Yeah, so it just goes all stupid when
But I
it's.
still don't think we're. No, we're not hot. So I think we have an issue. We fixed the leak, but I think we have an air pocket. We didn't bleed it here, and every time I go up a hill, the sensor in the head gets a little air pocket, goes hot, and then it derates me. And I don't really want to get derated going up a hill. So we're gonna let it cool for a second before we burn ourselves with hot coolant. It coasted all the way down this hill so that I got the engine nice and cold. We'll crack this loose in a minute, and then I think we'll be good.
Okay.
Toronto!
Gotta represent, man.
Our only guy that could save us from being in a situation if they think we're Canadian.
I love how everyone says we stick out like tourists.
Rivers run dry, dust breaths in the air. 2 dark days, do you have a tear to spare?
Now, I'm not sure why these guys chose Land Rovers. I've often been told that every Land Rover comes with a free dog, so that when you're stranded, you're not alone.
Starter, come on, start a riot.
Rule number one when we got to South Africa, it goes, don't drive in the dark. Here we are.
Don't be scared if the way paralyzes your state at the gate.
We're doing risk versus reward. There's less risk at the final destination. What's the warranty on your used parts from your other truck? What's the warranty? Because it just broke.
Oh, let me get out of here real quick.